A couple episodes back, you mentioned previously you were trying to control the way we play the game, but you Uno reversed and want us to go wild now and play how we want. With that in mind, what are the possibilities of removing the 300 race cap in a single stream in the current state of the game?
I don't know. I don't think really many people reach it. It's not really like a 300 race cap. It's like a server cap. It's just that max the energy goes. I don't know. If more people started checking, then we could think about it, but...
Yeah, I mean, what? That's, I mean, you're pumping how many races? 30-second timers for how many hours?
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a rare thing, but it's not like people aren't doing it.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
that's a big sticking point right now. It's not something I think about a lot because I don't see a lot of people really engaging with it. You know, like I think there's some people get check marks here and there, but it's not like something that happens a shit ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then would it be the end of the world to just lift it then? If it's not really, or do you think it would?
Well, it's just a limitation on like the
Oh,
server.
right.
It
The
helps
server
like the server.
limitation, yeah.
If somebody is cranking, it stops the tracking of energy at a certain point. But I don't think that's a major thing. It just means like so it's not there's not like a number that says you can only reach 300. It's just a collection of information that goes to 300, and then after 300 it's done. It's considered done, right? So we'd have to like make a longer list, which means that list would have to live on the server. So like what? Like where do I go, right? Go to 1,000, 10,000.
Yeah. Well, however many you can cram, just do the math. 1 minute tracks, 10-second timers. How many can you cram in 24 hours?
Yeah. But I think it's good. Like if you're going that hard and you get somebody like I do think there's a positive to if you
Yeah.
are going that hard and somebody does check
Yeah, getting people to do 300 races with you is insane.
and then they go somewhere else, right? Like to continue racing.
Yeah.
So like you get enough to go around and hang out with a streamer if you really want. But if that streamer's going like a maniac, they can only farm you for so much XP. In a way, right? So it's a little bit of a hard top end cap to the system.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I have flipped on a lot of thinking, but I do still think that there needs to be limitations in terms of protecting the competition a little bit. At least a little bit. Like I said, like 300 isn't like not a lot of people hit it, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's an insane number to me. I mean, every once in a while, I'll crank out that many, but that's an insane number to me to do all the time. You're just nuts, man. But it's not like I haven't been there as well in my marble past, cranking freaking race after race after race after race after race. I think I got to 40,000 races within the first, I don't know, year maybe, and then like these last 10,000 have taken 4 years.
Well, yeah, you used to grind at a completely different level.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's on the brain.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
just
just
thinking
thinking
about it?
about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it too.
Whenever
Um,
race stuff comes up, I just try to think deeper into it now. It's just like let it rattle around a bit.
yeah.
Because there's always something that comes from these like statements. Just always something that can come up, right? Like some. So I try to sit on the ideas more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now it'll rattle around my brain for a couple days, and you never know what happens.
Got a stew.
Yeah, man. PBPS stew.
Do you think you've decided on, are you gonna wait till launch on, like the Gemron point thing on the amount of points? Have you like solidified?
Yeah, I'm so tough on that. Like watching the system play out, I think 10,000's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can go to 15,000, which will like limit it a little bit, maybe. I don't know like how much higher to go really, you know,
Yeah.
because you're basically just drawing a line in the sand.
Truth.
But I think like the way that I played and got to 10K now like a few days early, because I got there Saturday, I think it was. So I'm 6 days early. And I played regularly. Like I played a little bit every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I think that's good. And then if it's every 10,000,
Yeah, it's like you definitely have to play, right? It's not like
yeah.
you can go full out casual mode. Well, I don't know. I don't know because it's not like it's not casual. It is and it isn't.
If you
I
want to
think you
like
could
this is
crank
the
out
thing.
10K really quick, right? Or you could
Yeah.
space it out over time and kind of chill a bit.
Like if you can pull it off in a day, technically that's a good thing, right? Then somebody who maybe gets a couple days off a month, they could pop in, hang out with a streamer for the day or a couple streamers for the day and grind it out, have a good time with marbles, and then come back next season
Yeah.
or whatever, right? I don't know, man.
No, I
I'm
think it's
so
good
like all over the place. Yeah, it's challenging.
because
It's challenging.
it's like we've always since the beginning. I would say it's always been like, not everybody can play marbles 24/7. We all have our lives, whatever. You do what you can when you can. See where you land on the leaderboard. If you can find time to like do the grind, then you try it out or whatever. And so it's just taking that to the next level where it's like you do what you can when you can, but now you actually have a chance to get a point towards your Gemron badge every once in a while if the time is open up for
Yeah,
it or whatever. So it's like you can actually
and
build towards something.
exactly. And honestly, if somebody like let's say for whatever reason 10,000 people were hitting 10K every season.
Yeah.
That's 10,000 people earning 1 point towards their Gemron badge. Where the people who still grind to some extent or are around regularly,
Yep.
they're still gonna like crush at an exponential rate,
Oh
right?
yeah.
So I understand the devaluing argument. I'm always aware of that,
Yeah.
but I don't think
I
it devalues it
mean,
as much as we
devalue.
think.
Yeah, I agree because, yeah, I mean, like we say, the people at the top who are getting all those points are like it's gonna show. It's gonna show in
Yeah,
the badge. Like I feel like the green Gemron badge is going to become the nothing badge,
yeah.
right? It's like having nothing now. Like,
It'll be
yeah,
the
everyone's
entry
gonna
level
have it, and
badge.
then you're gonna see a bunch of blues. It's like, oh man, I want to get the blue, and then purples, and it's gonna be
But I also think if more people are like this could actually get really interesting, right? Whereas like we were talking about this earlier is like if one of those communities that like play marbles regularly, but they just chill in that channel for the season, but they play a lot,
yeah,
those people might get a Gemron and then be like, yo, what is this? And then
yeah,
they engage with the community more and maybe they get further into marbles,
They
or maybe
look
they
it
just
up or whatever.
continue enjoying it because
Maybe a
they know
Gemron
that
video needs to be made.
maybe a Gemron video needs to be made.
I'm on it. Today's the day.
So, yeah.
Anybody got a Gemron video out there that I don't know about? Explaining? Do you? Did you make one ever? Quick one? Clip?
I don't think I have. I might have mentioned a Gemron, but I don't think so. I think it'd be so funny if people were like, if Gemron, the word Gemron becomes normal. Because it's totally made up, right? It was a chevron. And to convey that the new thing is still...
but, you know, it's good to make things up.
It's
right?
a Gemron.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Killspree says it's mad casual. I did it in like 16 hours real grind. Yeah, I mean, if you crank your face off, like, well, people were getting what 10K in the first day, right? And I guess that's what Pixel's saying, like being able to do it in one day or whatever. But not holding competition for more gem points is gonna kill competition, in my opinion. No need to push past anyone, honestly. For viewers, just play your pace.
Is there actually much of a competition though? Because when you look at the leaderboard, it doesn't look like it, right?
There's a lot of big gaps, I guess, but
like, are people actually going like, I'm trying to beat this person, or are people more just going, I want to place in this spot to get a certain amount of points? So it's more of a competition of where to place, which would technically still occur if you're talking about 10K a point, because people would still be trying to push, but you'd now be pushing with friends.
I think,
and just being like, yo, I'm going for 10K, I'm going for 100K, I'm going for 120, whatever, right?
yeah, I also think, yeah, like that new competitions are going to be created. It's like, I want to get as many of these 10K stacks as possible, like the most anybody's ever gotten ever, which is ultimately going to put you in first place. And I think if you took everything away from marbles, Gemron badge, points, everything, whatever, and you just had the placements there, people would still want to go for the placements. So I don't think that's going to go away. I think I agree it'll like dampen that competition maybe a little bit, but still I think people like to see themselves in number one if they really want to be number one. I think something special about this community is how nice people are to each other about it. Like, oh, you know, I've already had first place once or twice. I'll go a little bit easier and let this person get it this time. It's like, that's very, in a competitive world, in a gaming competitive world, no. That's very rare. It's like, yeah. Even though there's those people out there in our competitive marble world that, you know, probably hate each other or whatever just because of the competition, but it's like, they probably only hate each other because of the competition, not because of anything else. But yeah, I mean, that's just how competition is in general. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, maybe I could agree a little bit that it'll dampen that feeling of that competition, but I think other little competitions will arise.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I mean, Killspree, like, it's so interesting, like you're back and being opinionated again because you've been disconnected for so long. So something has drawn you back in. So I think that's something to say about this initial change to the system and what happens to it when it changes more. Like, I'm seeing way more people engaging with this system now. And I can't, like, I challenge you to give me a negative impact from this, other than there's some people frustrated that their Gemrons could be getting devalued. Other than that, I don't see much negativity from this. I see goodness. I see people cheering people on. Like, I just see, like, it's still good and it's challenging. If you're getting unlucky for the day, you might go a day without getting it to where you want to get.
I also think I might agree with that too. If I can't get to another 10,000 point spot, I might stop. But at the same time, if you're next to somebody first and second place, and you don't think you can get to the next 10,000 point spot, but this person's 100 points behind you, There's got to be something in you that's like, I want to keep first place. I want to keep
There'll be
first
some
place.
people doing that
I
for
want to
sure,
keep
yeah.
first place.
Yeah, like there's still the numbers on your card, right?
Yeah. And then, I mean, I don't know how far back you have stats from everything, right? From how far back, and like,
Yeah, I mean, like
if that's something you really care about in the marbles world, like, oh, I was a champion in this season, and this season, and this season, like all that stuff is there. So even on top of that, I think these numbers are going to matter a little bit to some people. But again, I'm not going to disagree that to some people it will diminish the feeling of the competitiveness. Like, it's going to.
well, it's going to change the competitiveness. Now it goes from like getting top 50 for a Gemron point to every X amount will get you this, and probably the top 200 will just be like this fluff on your name, right? Like you show up,
Right.
you have your thing on
Because
the,
you have the number
your
in
number,
game or whatever.
and maybe it just
Well, the top
levels
10
out
drop
those
in
people.
thing too.
The top 10 drop in, right? Oh, see, like now will people just highlight that more and be like, yo, I'm going for that. I want top 10 for that.
And then
I don't care where I am in the top 10.
Apple was talking about it in your channel maybe, and you were looking up like how he's basically gotten the cycle in seasons, like placing in like season placement. Like he's gotten first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, ninth, 10th. So he just needs an 8th now.
No, he
for,
needs
like,
an 8 and a 10.
an 8.
So he needs 2 spots.
Right. But he's gonna get one of them this
that's
season.
crazy.
So like he's cycling in
highlight
seasons. Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, no, like it'd be cool. I think Hillspree's onto something there. Like if you have card incentives like badges you can earn. Like, I mean, just playing Stream Raiders, I noticed that. Like when you play in the season, you're progressing your badge, you get these little badges, or you're progressing your pass. You get the little badges and it goes on your account. I don't even know if you view that anywhere.
Like
I have no idea.
how far along you are. Like you have
like bronze, silver, gold
30,000 or whatever,
stuff.
like depending on how many points you have some badge according to that.
And I know we've talked about in the past of having these like things you can earn badges and maybe you can change out your Gemron, but the player card is probably the best place to put it, is have some badges, like a badge collection in there, and you could maybe select your top badges, which I think has been an idea in the community for a long time. Mm-hmm. And so if you do the cycle in the seasons, so if Apple hits it, maybe we'll create him the first cycle, like the seasonal cycle or something, whatever the hell you want to call it. It'd be like a little bicycle on your badge. Like that shit's cool, man. Like it was really cool to see like somebody notice that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and the data's not even out there to really know unless you're really paying attention to your own data every season, right? And writing it down somewhere, and then you'll be like, oh, damn, I'm getting close to a cycle on the seasons. So yeah, I think that's, and we can like highlight the top 3 placement. If you've ever placed top 3 in a season, you can get another badge, and maybe there can be a count to how many of those badges you own. Like this stuff's like all totally possible. The data's there. The stuff that we don't have that sucks is old map builder stuff. We don't store that. We don't like archive it anywhere. Or at least we never used to. I think we're starting now. But yeah, with the captain partnership with RevShare, that's going to unlock a whole bunch of potential with data too. Just to go on the data route, like it's just going to get interesting. There's no way it doesn't get less. There's no way it gets less interesting. But yeah, I mean, just in general, I think it's so good seeing all the different people engage with the Gemrons now and going for their own goals. So yeah, like I'm sure we'll evolve it in the future and continue changing it and do different stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a good first step, or at least second step.
I don't know why I'm just thinking about redeems right now too.
In what sense?
I don't know. Like with like I'm just thinking about all the different like competitions within marbles in general, and how it's not just about like Gemrons. Like Gemrons is part of one competition within marbles, and then there's like the streamers, and there's tilters, and there's tilting competitions and speed tilting, and then there's streamers who like to do redeems, which is a whole different side of the the RNG of marbles, and I don't know. There's just like all this. There's all this stuff involved, man, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know my final word on. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I don't know my final thought on that. There's just like all these. It's great. There's all these little competitions within the world of marbles going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to play the game, right?
Yeah.
See, I think a lot of people don't understand that, right? Because not a lot of people come from what seasons was it basically like a one-track grind? Or like, like how many seasons did that last for? Like 7, 8?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, maybe even 6 or 7, where it was more like one track. So like not a lot of people understand how little content was in the game at the start and what you had to do to really grind the game, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
And now there's just all these features and different little things you can turn on, turn off, and change the experience for your own. And it's funny because there's so much gap between that and where we're at now, and there's still so much more to go. Like there's no shortage of ideas. And every time Marbles goes through a little bit of a spurt in terms of like growth, in terms of people engaging with it, I find that's when a lot of ideas spring up.
Yeah.
Right? And then we get lots of sharing in the community, and then it tones down a little bit, and then some of the work gets done, and then just it's this big cycle.
My cycle.
It's my cycle.
Yeah. I don't want to. I'm just reading. SR badges are not worth anything, and no one can see them. It's a big difference between marbles and SR. People kind of just dropping skins in SR. Marbles has always been a little more personal once we got player cards. I've never played Stream Raiders as a streamer. As a viewer, I feel that though. I feel like I have no visual appeal to it. And I think that's something that really turns me away. And that's something that I really love marbles for, is that you can be passive, you can really get involved if you want. But then even if it's passive, there's like something to watch. I don't know, Stream Raiders just doesn't do it for me. I get the grind. Like I'm always gonna say like I understand it, and it's just not for me. But yeah, I think that's the thing that turns me off most. And some people are really into like the pixel art stuff too. And there's games that I love that are pixel art, but yeah, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't do it for me. But maybe one day I can be convinced to play. Who knows? I have to enjoy it though. If I'm not enjoying it, like it's just not gonna be.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. The streamer has to be on board. Otherwise, it's just this thing you're clicking buttons on, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a different take. It's a different take on a streamer game. It's definitely unique. The amazing thing is I think that perfectly proves that it doesn't matter what anybody's opinion is on it. If you keep working and building, and you just keep building your community up.
Yeah, it's like a great grind,
work,
right? Like I'm not gonna deny that is a grind. I think like Stream Raiders is a grind. Like if you want to grind, you do Stream Raiders. But apart from that, I mean, yeah, there's a big community aspect as well. Like if the streamer's into it and like getting people rallied up for the battle and whatever like there's a community aspect, which is great. I think those two aspects are amazing, and that's why the game does really good. The community aspect plus like an insane grind. But I'm sure I'd get into it. I'm sure I could get into it, honestly. But yeah, for now, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the same factor of like, there's only so much time and so many games that you can play.
Yeah, I could get into so many games.
Yeah. So that's another challenge, right? And which games do you pick when more streamer games start coming up, right? Because it
Yeah.
does seem like more are going to be coming into the space, and we know different people are developing. So it's like, where does your time get put? You can't put it everywhere unless you run like a game house stream or whatever you want to call it, where it's just like 17 screens and you're hopping between them all, and
Right.
maybe it works. You're right. Like, you don't know.
Yeah.
It could work. You never know.
Oh, I'm like so close to my 10K. Did I tell you?
I think you mentioned it. Yeah. So what are you waiting? Are you trying to like get it on somewhere specific or just
No.
pop it?
Yeah. I'm just like, there was maybe 3 or 4 days where I spent a good handful of hours dropping in 4 streams, maybe, you know? And then on top of that, just really casual dropping, just hanging out in one stream, maybe one tilt,
man.
and dropping here and there. And just, yeah, I just wanted to really kind of do it at my pace. I still had to go a little bit over my pace, but I think that's good. Because, like, I roll marbles a good bit, good enough to get, like, top 500 to top 1,000 every season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I had to push a little bit harder to get to the 10K, but not much. So I just wanted to, like, test that, I guess. And I got, 48 hours to get 63 points?
Yeah, just about 48 hours.
Yeah. There's my science. My 10K science. Spooo science.
And I think that's another just good example of people being able to participate on it.
Yeah, and I've
In
been
a
able
casual
to,
method,
like,
right?
hang in the streams and really know what's going on as opposed to losing my mind.
Yeah.
Dropping everywhere I can, not being able to, hearing 100 voices in my head, which is, it's a thing. Like, it's not like that's, it's still a doable thing. Like, that's what you got to do to get into the top, right? You got to go to all the streams you can, all the tilts, hunt them down.
If it does, this is actually interesting. If it does kill the competition at the top, I wonder if you'll see less people pushing high. Like, you won't see, like let's say, for example, this season, right? There's a reason to push the top. So this person at the top might be like, oh, I'm going to keep going, right? I'm going to keep pushing higher and keep going because there's somebody on my ass. But then when there's not, you get more people getting a bunch of Gemron points, but not as high as they would with a competition. Which, what does that mean? Maybe like the competition levels out a little bit based on other people's performance, and you're more just reactive, and you're like, oh, I want to push a little bit higher.
Yeah, I mean, there might be a shift in people's attitudes of just like, maybe I have a better chance of getting to the top spot now or something. I don't know. Just because others might not want to push so hard. Like you said, if the competition does die a bit on the top end, like, those people might not be pushing as hard, but then people behind them normally are pushing harder because they feel like they have a chance or something. Yeah, who knows? There's
so many different perspectives to kind of keep an eye on.
I don't think it's gonna, I don't know. That's my perspective. This is my perspective. I don't think it's gonna kill the competition as much as some people might think it will.
It might just awaken different competitors, actually. That too, right?
Right. I think it will dampen some people's competitiveness towards it, but then it's also going to drive maybe more people's competitiveness towards it. So either even out or become more competitive. Because, like, you want to get as many Gemron points as you can, right? So why not go for that next 10,000? Go for the next 10,000. Go for, oh man, I'm in the top 10. I'll just keep going for the next 10,000.
Yeah. You just keep pushing hard.
Oh, I got into first place, and I'm 5,000 through this next 10,000. I just need 5,000 more to get to the next 10,000. Plus, I'm in first place. I'll just keep pushing, keep pumping. It's got to be a high to be in the top 10, right? I've been there way back in the day.
Yeah, no, for sure. And people are freaking out to you entering on their board.
How do you feel a presence on other media platforms could benefit Twitch streaming? Is it worth it to put time and effort in other platforms? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, all the platforms, all the time, as much as you can.
If you're trying to grow, if you're trying to build something, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. If you're not going to stick to it and it's kind of like just a thing, then I wouldn't put your time into it, because it just adds more work to your flow, right? But yeah, if you're trying to build, you're trying to grow, the more presence you have, the better. Like,
Yeah.
that's not even just social platforms, that's everywhere. Like anywhere where you're engaging with people, which is probably social platforms.
Mm-hmm.
But anything where you're engaging, like, it's a potential to grow new friends, right? Like build new friends or build new audience, whatever you're trying to do. Client base. If you're not talking on multiple platforms, you're literally, the only time you get exposure is when you click that live button.
And hoping that random people come by.
Yeah. Which happens. I mean, we know it happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think discoverability is as bad as a lot of people think it is. It's bad, but Twitch does things. They do things to drive people around,
Yeah.
right? So like the different sorting and all this stuff.
And
Like,
the recommended, like if you're in other
yeah,
marble streams, and it's gonna recommend marble streams to you and stuff.
yeah, exactly. So it's just, there's discovery. It's not as good as like you would want it to be. So the more
Yeah.
places you're talking, the more places you're creating content, sharing your story, the more places that people can engage with you and your brand and whatever you're building.
It's just really tough, right? Because like people coming into your stream, if they're brand new, you got to capture them within the first 10 to 30 seconds. Like you just have to. And a lot of the times they're getting an ad, so you're already effed.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense like why the top streamers, like, they're like, I mean, you get Asmongold just constantly talking, like
Constantly.
nonstop, right?
Yeah.
So he just grows. Then you got people like XQC is just farming content, like literally
Yeah,
on
just
a
going
system.
through. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it's just the style of just constant creating content. And even in the marble world, like the ones who do better are the ones who are moving at a faster pace. And it makes sense. It makes sense even if you look beyond the grind of marbles. It makes sense because people want to be in the next race. They want to be the next person to win. They want to be on the screen, right? And the more opportunities you provide for that to happen, the better chances there are. So it makes sense to go fast when you actually start breaking down the entire flow and ecosystem of Twitch. It makes sense beyond just the grind of marbles. It makes sense to the content. It makes sense to the people coming in and coming in and out of your streams. So as much as people might hate fast content, like 1 minute maps are too quick or whatever, and they want longer maps, look at the data, right? Look at the data of Twitch and understand the viewer base.
Yeah. And attention spans.
Oh my God, that's, yeah. My attention, dude, I'll ask a question sometimes on a channel and I'm literally like, bzz, like gone. I don't even hear the answer. That's so like, this sometimes is so bad. I have like so many things going on, right? And I'm sure a lot of other people have a ton of shit going on. And I'm not saying I'm special or anything. It's just,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. So yeah, you can grab people's attention when you're screaming "Get in the race" every minute.
Exactly.
Let's race, baby! Okay.
Yeah. That's your first engagement. New chatter. Right?
So yeah, yeah. I think it's important to find. They always say find your niche. I don't even know what mine is, but I'm trying to settle into a niche on many social platforms. If that makes sense. Try to get a small taste of different sides of me, depending on what platform you're on. And then ultimately it comes back to YouTube and Twitch. So you can get the full taste.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. I'm like trying more and more to get as many clips as possible and have crazy things happen by creating whatever it is that I'm doing. And then taking those small moments, pumping them on the quick no attention span social medias such as TikTok and Hover. And then it's like you can use all this stuff, all this content you're making. Like, let's say you're streaming. Take what I'm doing now. I'm going to create a series for these time trials. So, boom, I came up with this time trial idea. Boom, I do it on stream. Boom, it's exciting. I have all these fun reactions and moments that go down. Boom, I get the VOD, or I get all the clips from those. Boom, I create a bunch of short content from those that I can put on TikTok, Hover, Twitter, just all over the place, Facebook, whatever. That's like a minute or less long. And then within those posts, I link my YouTube and my Twitch so that people know where to find the long form content of those things. And boom.
And boom.
At least that's how it should work. But it takes a long time and it takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like I've known this for a bit, and it's taken a while to really get on a path of where you need to be if you're a content creator. But like, I'm feeling myself settling in a little bit more, so it's getting easier and easier and easier. And that's just like, I've been doing this for a long time, so that's just kind of one of those things. That's what it takes.
Well, it's the same thing with building anything, man.
Yeah.
You're just growing and learning and adapting and trying new things. Trying NFTs.
NFTs.
What's next?
I'm looking. Oh, the Marble Fest ball isn't in the shop. What's that all about?
It's not in the shop?
I don't think it was earlier today.
I think I
Maybe
removed it the
now.
other day.
When will you do that then? Whoa, Lal, I do it. Jeez. You've been looking at my TikToks and Hovers and my tubes and my twits and Spootown twits and the Facebook and the Instagrams. I don't do much on Instagram, but I'm probably gonna do a lot of baby content on Instagram. So that's gonna end up being.
It'd be like your personal stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, Instagram to me
Spooo.
is always just pictures, right? Nice pictures, selfies, whatever. Maybe I'll put a poster there for a Twitch live thing every once in a while, but for the most part, it's not really like pushing too much. It's just like, here, this is me. These are some pictures of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been outside. Whoa.
What's that like?
We don't condone that around here. No, Princess, haven't gotten there yet. Haven't gotten there. Any updates on Pachinko, or just keep being patient?
No updates. Maybe like, I think I said this somewhere, like maybe like 3 to 5 months. Yeah, and just do the thing.
Add it back?
Yeah. Add it back.
I'm milkshake braining. I don't know what we're talking about.
It's okay.
Okay. Tiara has the watching without audio. Do we do her raw?
She's always watching without audio, but she has audio on.
Oh, I know. So, but I want to make sure that she hears her raw. She put the raw. I want to,
Well, she'll get the transcoded version of it.
It'll be in the
text,
VOD.
And then.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then she'll read
Gotcha.
it. It'll be fine.
Okay. So given the change, would there then be an option to not have your Jemmy change? Like if you want to play and you get over 10k points but don't want your Jemmy to change, you can have the option not to have the points added.
No.
I would just, in that case, I would just run out of energy and then roll wherever you want.
Except for tilted.
Well, I mean, if you want to join in some tilts. It's...
No, but if you're trying not to get points.
Right, points. Yeah. But, and is anybody going for 10k with only tilted? We got any of those people out there this season?
There's always people.
Mm-hmm. Where's hemp at? Where's the hemp? Yeah, I assume that's what Pixel's answer was going to be, because I don't know. That's just... But I think there's that option, right? Of just like, I'll just zero out if I don't want to keep upgrading it.
There is an option. But in the process of zeroing out, you could get points.
True.
Yeah.
But your outlook on this might be a lot different than others. But you know how? Wait, can you do this actually on Twitch? Can you pick what month badge you have? Like what progressional badge you have?
No.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind then. I was gonna compare it to that. I thought
it just
you could.
shows, like, it gives you the option.
Does it show you all?
Actually, no, you don't even get to pick that.
Yeah, you don't get to pick your like
It just
which
shows
month.
the subscriber badge.
Yeah. You can pick bitch badge.
Bitch badge.
You can, everybody put on the bitch badge. They need to make that.
But yeah, no, it's like, I like the idea of like you represent your actions. You don't hide your actions, right? I think that's why I'm a big fan of blockchain. It's like you can see the truth. You can see the actions. You can see every single action.
Yeah.
Can't hide. There's no hiding. Like, it's just a truth factor. That's it. I love truth.
Shady offshore account action.
Well, it's not even financial action. It's any action, right? In Web3, it's like every action's traced on whatever
Right.
contract you're interacting with, right? So you know what's happening. You know what has happened. You can fully look into it transparently. I like that.
It's true. It's good.
And if I could, I would like that all our functioning operates on some sort of public network that everybody can see. I don't think there's a need for it to be.
There'd be no hiding the
secret.
shady.
Yeah. It removes questions, right? Like, we all have questions in life, right? And a lot of those questions come from uncertainty. It comes from a place of unknown, right? And mystery's good in some parts of life. Yes, absolutely. But in things that like we're playing or interacting with, I think it's good to be able to dig into the truth if you want to. And that's kind of like where I stand. I like that.
It's good to know the truth.
Going back to the badges, right? Like,
Yeah.
the truth is what you see. It's your actions. What have you done? So you earn it. You earn it if you want to show it.
The Captain TV collab. Wait, in reference to the Captain TV collab beginning next season, is there going to be any kind of baseline advantage for those who already rock Stream Raiders, or is that whole thing separated from Stream Raiders entirely?
Okay, I don't want to speak fully on it, but I believe that progress on Stream Raiders partnership will somehow be transferred over at some point. I don't know if it's launching with that state or not, but our system, the XP that you've previously earned, is being grandfathered in for sure on launch. So that's what I can speak on. I don't know 100% what they're doing right away. I know the goal of the platform is to create an ecosystem where partnership is a certain tier, and then that's it. Like you get shared on their ecosystem, but I don't know how far that is off or whatever. I don't have inner sight on how far in development they are on that stuff. So yeah, hope that at least helps. I think I'd probably just direct to their customer support maybe.
Sweet. What do you think there are more of on the planet? Wheels or doors? Wheels. Is energy going to be tweaked so we can race with more than 4 of our friends at a time without zeroing out regardless of global leaderboard?
Regardless of global leaderboard.
Is energy going to be tweaked so we can race or support with more than 4 of our friends at a time without zeroing out regardless of global leaderboard?
I mean, I'm not changing the energy next season. If that helps.
Is that just saying, like, are you getting rid of energy?
No, I think it's asking, like, I'm assuming it's
For more
bondsman.
energy? It's G-Dog.
Oh. But yeah, like I've heard that like they want to race with more people. They want to have like more energy, right? More energy per day, I'm assuming. I heard the argument. I don't know. You know, there's also like a value to keeping it low for tilters, right? Because tilters can still play a part. I know you can't win from just doing tilted, but right now I think it's still a viable place, right?
Yeah.
I know you're not the only one, Bones, but I saw you in chat, so I assumed it was you. Yeah, like maybe one day. I don't know.
But like,
we'd have to like juice the points a little bit up for tilted.
how many hours of marbles are we playing a day?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like for these people that are saying this stuff that want to race with more people, how many hours are you playing a day? And like, I get it. You want to race with more people, but what's wrong with racing a couple hours with 4 people, then switching it up to another 4 people and another 4 people?
Because gamblers always want more. Need more.
And I know it's hard. It's hard to. I don't want to switch it up. I don't want to have to mess with my energy and switch it up. I just want to add more to it. Because I know that's a hard thing to do. Oh, I'm in 4 streams, and if I want to go support these other people, but now I gotta clean up my energy, and then I gotta get over there, and I gotta make sure that they're doing enough races so I don't get scuffed, and this, and that. But if we just get more energy, and I can race on all these plays, like I understand the mentality behind it, like, but that option is there too. If you really want, if you call it support, like, go and support. What's being in 8 streams gonna do compared to 4 as support? Just a ball there, just rolling around. Like, I get it. That mentality has been around for so freaking long in this community. That's just like a ball is support. A ball is support. And like, yeah, it can be, but if you're thinned out in 20 streams, is it really?
Oh, is this raw?
Just saying.
Yeah. No, that's something we've watched for a long time. We've seen it happen.
But yeah, I don't know. Is it This is my opinion, right? Maybe having 100 people in my channel that are in 20 other channels is support. even though they're not listening to a word I'm saying or whatever. Like, they don't even know what the fuck's going on in my channel.
It's supporting their progress in the
Because I
XP
scream
system.
cleanups and I put it on the screen and my mods say it in chat and they're still, oh, cleanups? But I get it too, that people are doing things on the side and whatnot. Like, I understand all these different aspects of stuff. It's just like, I don't know, man. My opinion, I guess, it doesn't feel like support to me.
Yeah. There's just so many perspectives on that. And you're not going to change it. Right?
Like, when I can be in only 4 streams, I'm going to pick the people that I truly want to support and be in hanging out with. And then if there's other people that hop online, there's notifications, it tells me, and then boom, oh, I'm going to clean up here and go hop over there. And actually support. Not just like, oh, they're on, I'll drop a ball. Mute them, drop a ball. Oh, this person's on, I'll drop a ball. Oh, that person's on, I'll drop a ball.
You know what else it is, I think? It's the addiction of getting noticed on more places, right? So in quote unquote, it is support because the streamer feels it's support because there's another ball on the track.
Yep.
And so then you get to support more people. Because what's support? Quote unquote, right?
Well, let's say, I guess if you're a streamer going for experience, that could be considered support. I'm giving them an extra ball to give them extra boost on their experience or whatever to get, I can see that.
So if a streamer is playing marbles and has no intent of being a streamer or growing, and their full belief and vision of support is simply getting more balls on the track because they want to progress in the game,
then buy a bot.
That's why it can be perceived that,
No, I'm just kidding. But no, I mean, I'm not going to say that it's not support, but in my journey as a streamer, it just doesn't feel like it. I did it for a bit in the beginning. I thinned myself out like crazy and was in hundreds of, well, not hundreds, but 20 to 30 to 40 streams, and I didn't feel like I was supporting. So I thinned the herd and started hopping around. I thickened myself. I don't know, whatever. I stopped going to so many places at once and started going to just a few at a time or even just one at a time. And I felt like I was doing more. And I don't know.
Yeah, like you need a little bit of everybody, I think. But I still stand with the theory that less energy for now. Like I still want to stand with that. That's where I said I think it's better, at least for the racing side. And it's another thing of balance for me, right? Because I don't want to destroy Tilted, even though some people think I do. I still want
to destroy the whole game, dude.
The whole game, just destroy it.
He's trying to burn it to the ground.
That's why we're doing NFTs. Mm-hmm. But it's like Tilted only earns so much, but you get a regular drop of points, right? And I know it's not great right now, but at least it's still viable. It's still a viable source to like give you a little bit of juice, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if we increase the energy, now I have to increase Tilted, so I have to go through another balancing phase. And I just don't want to go through a balancing phase right now because when I'm balancing, it's like lots of changes across a bunch of seasons, right? And I think overly the game's in a pretty good state right now again. In terms of the grind. I feel like people are engaging with streams again, like it's kind of like lightening up. I mean, maybe that's the summer coming and people just having a different attitude on things. I don't know. But
I also don't know like what people want in terms of more streams, right? Like I don't think I would be opposed to adding a little bit of energy for like maybe another 1 or 2 at the most, but again, that's my opinion. That's just my opinion, but I think after that point it really starts, I don't know. But also, is it like, do we just give this freedom, just give people the freedom that they want? Because people are just gonna... No, you can't just release all energy. I don't think you could do that. But I always thought it would be funny to do that for a season, just bring it back and see how it goes.
Yeah, we've talked about it many times.
Yeah.
The game's like now with like RevShare coming in and stuff, I want to like start tuning the game, like go further, go deeper with stuff. So yeah, like Dust and all these things coming in. Like to me, that's deeper, right? And deeper would also be like, okay, so these features exist, energy, da da da. Let's do some more animation, some more fun stuff to make it like flamboyant when the end of the race comes, and you can celebrate the people hitting tiers and stuff a little bit better. So yeah, I want to go deeper on a little bit of stuff going forward. Once we get over this hump of these big content drops that we got, like RevShare, and then the venue system, and then Stream 6 plugging in the apps and all that stuff. Like once we get over these humps of like big tasks, we can start getting back to like some really cool game logic and have some fun again. So that's kind of where my head's at. At least that gives you like an idea of where my head's at. And you never know. I mean, like I'm always changing opinions and stuff and evolving my thought on things. So you never know, but that's where I'm currently at least on this topic. It's what's on my brain.
Hells yeah. I make the mistake of always having sound on Spooo, exactly. I have a different attitude about this than Spooo for sure. I mean, I think a lot of people do, but I just, I mean, I also came from a world early on in streaming where a lot of people really thought follow for follow was support. And I had to push a lot of those people away. I really did. A lot of people on my early streaming journey that like I think we're close friends. I had to get rid of them. And guess what? They all stayed where they were, and I grew and ended up becoming partner and all this stuff. And I'm not saying I know everything. I've learned a bunch along the way, but like that's just how I feel about it. And I don't know how is being, if it comes to this, I would really like to know, how is being in 20 streams at once or whatever that it is, how is that support? And I guess if we go to just like grinding the game and giving somebody a ball for experience, yeah, we're just playing the game, boom, and that's what the streamer wants, sure. And, you know, I don't have a problem if people are just using me to play the game. I have no problem with that at all. Like, that's what I'm there for. I feel like I'm there for a lot of different things. But those people that are using me for the game, I don't feel support from them. Yeah, it's great that they're there, but I don't actually feel support from them. I appreciate that they're there and everything. I don't mind that they're playing the game because I understand that the game is there to be played. Like, I think that's a great aspect to it. And I think it's great that it pulls people into my stream, and then it's up to me to like, hey, this is my stream. This is what we do here. This is our community. Do you like it? Do you want to keep hanging out here? That type of thing. But yeah, I don't feel the support from just straight up people playing the game, I guess. I don't know. It's tough. I think Marbles creates a tough environment for streamers, because you see the reality of a lot of viewers and what the whole streaming situation is in general.
Well, yeah, I definitely agree with that. You see it all, right? But in a way, that's good. It gives you the truth.
Yeah, and I think it toughens you up. I mean, I think the interactive streaming
Definitely
world, like,
you up.
you have to. I mean, it just, like we said before, it pushes you through this like streaming aspect a lot quicker than normal. I have a hard time agreeing that it's supporting the streamer for growth of the channel. I mean, I guess here and there, but when you're so thinned out, you don't count. That's why you see all these tilted streamers or even racer streamers that have higher racers than viewers or whatever. A lot of people don't know about the whole third-party thing, like Khadgar, you don't count as a viewer. If you're in too many tabs, you don't count as a viewer type of thing. It is what it is. It's not like those people aren't actually there, but in terms of does it support the growth of the channel? Maybe a little bit. Because it's not like those people don't know about the channel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fully agree with the way that Twitch filters out viewership.
I
don't
agree
think it's
as well.
I don't think it's positive. I think it creates so many questions, and it gets people doing weird stuff and saying weird stuff on their stream just to get certain actions because they
Right.
think that's gonna do the number,
Like the whole
right?
refreshing the channel and like,
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
give the true number and then use a game like Marbles to indicate where that number actually is, right? Where your engagement levels are. I think that's a great tactic. Like it's not even just Marbles that can do that. It's a lot of like a lot of games can show you this information now. But it's like you see it when big streamers jump onto some of these games and they'll have like 2,000 viewers and 200 marbles or 200 whatever, right? And it's like, huh, what happened? What, right? Where is everybody?
Yeah,
Is everybody literally just on a TV and they can't play? They're just watching, or they're on a website
well,
that just
it's
has.
funny. No matter what happens, right? You have 10. It says you have 10 viewers. You have 20 racers. Someone's gonna be like, "Well, why is the viewership messed up?" And then you have 100 viewers and 10 racers. And where's everyone racing? Why is everyone not winning? You're fucked. You're fucked either way.
Yeah, so you might as well show the truth. Like that's what I mean. Like it just creates too many questions, and you get weird like vibes in channels for no reason, really. Like what does it matter if somebody had 10,000 viewers and 200 marbles? What does it really matter? Right? They're topping Twitch because they have the number.
Yeah,
that's what it matters.
It
right?
draws people in because there's that big number.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, you're actually lying. Oh, you actually don't have that many people. But how do you know that? How do you know it's not 10,000 people on devices that they don't chat through? We don't know that, right? Like truly, you don't know that.
Can Marbles force, so no matter how many number of racers you have, boom, it just forces the viewership onto Twitch. Just whoop.
Like it pulls, I mean, like it would be interesting if it pulled more people through. Like that'd be an interesting stat. Is like person playing game 1, the same person playing game 2, which is interactive. It doesn't have to be Marbles, anything interactive. Does it draw in more attention on this side than this side, or is it opposite? Who knows, right? Like, do you get more chat engagement through a different game with the same person, right? The same person. And like, how many people does that impact the viewership? Is viewership going up or down during those streams or whatever, right? But yeah, man, like I think it's so bad not having the truth and just like stuff being filtered out because people are watching multiple channels. Like if you're truly a power user of Twitch, you're probably not registering as a viewer. Like it's a high probability because if you're a power user of Twitch, you're watching multiple streams. Like you're into Twitch. Like that's your show, that's your TV.
Yeah.
Right? So then if you're in more than 3 streams or whatever the hell that number is, 3, 5, like you no longer count. So it's like your power users are being ignored. That's weird. That's a weird framework to build. Right? Why are they not identified in a different manner? Why not,
Do you think did that have anything to do with energy, I guess? I don't know. Did that like did viewership have anything to do with your reasoning of changing energy? I think that has, well, at least a little bit part of it, right? So if the viewership was never an issue, do you like what it?
Energy would still exist because it was designed before.
Right.
It was designed before that change. But when that change came in, I rechanged it to more follow along with it appeared they wanted. Right? It's like people in less streams. So I adapted the system because I was like, this is how I always thought. I was like, if we're building on Twitch, we might as well adopt their thinking, the way that they want their platform to function, right? Why not expose their features? That's why we did, like, that's where the ideation of the player card with like the images and everything. It's like, it's to expose the features of Twitch, to build in Twitch into the game. And not once do they really talk to us at a real level. Right? Even though we try to respect their platform a little bit. And it's like, but anyways, yeah, that's where it came from. That's where the whole design came from. It's to layer with their platform in the best possible ways.
Yeah.
And promote, like promote health, like a healthy environment in terms of like, oh, this is what you as Twitch determine as a viewer. okay, we'll try to incentivize this kind of thinking, this kind of actions, right?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just it feels like over the years it's gotten more and more locked up in terms of less people count as viewers now.
Yeah.
And maybe it is a botting issue. I would love to identify that. If it is a botting issue, then where does the problem lie there, right?
I think I'm always counting. I try not to go over 4 these days. I think I get it. Something about channel points. I don't know if you're getting channel points in the channel, then you're counting. It's hard to keep up with all this shit. It's hard to keep up with all this. I wanted to read something real quick. When tiers used to bump to 8, people would change tabs up all the time and support more streamers. Now with 4 tiers of 300, they just sit in the same rooms all day. If you want to support more, you can do 100 and dip like we used to. You're still supporting for a few hours. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really, and I think that's what bothers me. It's like, because it doesn't feel like support. If you really want to support, like, you're gonna go places and go support. You know, people will say, "Oh, the game, the game got me to hop around all these places," and I get it. It's yeah, I think that's a great aspect to the game too, and you still do hop around with the game, maybe not as much as the past, but like, it is on you to go out and to seek new streamers, maybe talk to them or whatever. Like, if that's something you want to do, you just got to do it. I try to do it once or twice a week and go meet somebody new if I can. And I think the mindset of like, oh, I want to use the game to go out and about and support all these people, and I'm benefiting because I'm playing the game, so I'm getting something from it. It doesn't feel like you're supporting that person. But again, at the same time, I'm not going to argue that streamer side where you could be supporting them in terms of, let's say, the viewership or the experience as a streamer or whatever. So, and again, I think that's just where opinions might differ, because I'm a streamer who doesn't necessarily always care about the leaderboard and stuff. I care about the people who are there, and I want people to enjoy themselves and interact and have a good time, as opposed to only playing marbles. But I'm not gonna bitch at the people who are only there playing marbles unless they miss their energy, and I'm like, what the fuck? I told you 9 times. Anyway, I'm ranting, but I guess that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, like, these are good conversations to have, and bring up the things we're frustrated about, and just let it rattle around our brains. Even if it does nothing, we're aware of it.
I just think if you really want to support, you're just going to go support. Like, it's blaming the game kind of, it feels like. I blame marbles because I can't go into 9 streams at a time and support them all or whatever more. Support's on you, in my opinion.
Yeah. But overall, I see a lot of support flow through the marbles category. Just to like end this kind of topic.
Gucci just says depends what the definition of support is. And that's another thing too. Like, maybe my feeling of support, I think it goes all over the place, right? Because I don't feel like people aren't supporting me when they're rolling with me. You know, even though I've just sat here saying, like, is a ball support? You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I'm liquid on the subject. Like, I kind of go back and forth, and I don't want people to feel bad if they're using my channel just to play the game, because it's like, great, yeah, come and play marbles, whatever. If that's just what you enjoy, and like my environment is the fun, whatever environment that you like to play marbles in, that's great. That's great. So, I don't know. I think it just, when it starts the whole spreading thin thing, like back to me, my feeling of nowadays I don't want to be in 10 streams at once. I feel like when I first got into marbles, yeah, it was fun. I was like playing marbles, you know, I was playing the game, let's do it. And now it's like I've evolved more to be like, I don't want to only focus on marbles when I'm out and about.
Well, you want to reach past the marbles category, is what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? When you're out and about?
No, like, just in the marbles category. Like, I don't want to go past like 4 streams personally. Like, the amount of streams I'm in.
But you can. See, that's the thing. You can support tilters, right? You could join in a tilt. So you can have like
Well, I
and
guess
that's
what
a nice thing about racing is
yeah,
that you can
in my head I'm like I like doing 3 race streams and a tilt stream. That's like been my casual go-to.
Oh, okay. There
And
you go.
that feels good. That feels good to me. And more than that, I feel like I'm not listening. I'm not paying. And I think that's part of it. Like if I can't actively at least listen a little bit here and there, then I feel like I'm not supporting.
I mean,
Maybe I don't. Maybe I
you
feel
could
like lurking isn't supporting.
here. Do you want
maybe that's the
you want
bottom line I'm trying to get to. I don't know.
you want supportive arguments
Yeah.
as to what happens when you get a bunch of people that are spread too thin?
Mm-hmm.
Is tilted.
Hmm.
How many times we actually just had somebody in the Discord come in and be like, I got 1 viewer and I have 10 people on my board, just in our Discord, just like recently, right? And I think that's a flag. That's like, hey, that's like that could be a cause and effect of that system when it's untapped or it's uncapped. Sorry,
Right.
right?
Yeah. What if you capped tilted streams as well?
Well, yeah,
Like you could only roll in a certain amount or whatever, and with
but
that,
that's the
like,
game. Like that's the thing that I've accepted. Like that's the game mode right now.
no, yeah, but would that like change the viewership? You think?
I
Of
100% it would. I believe it
yeah,
would. I would almost say like 1,000% it would. It would change the way people play the game,
right.
right? But Tilted's a different culture, and I think once we accept that, it can be two different perspectives on streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Tilted and racing and slash royale, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's an okay world to live in if we try to balance the two systems. And maybe one day, if Tilted grows to a size that is like, holy cow, we take it and make it its own thing. And then it grows into its own beast on its all by itself, right? But right now, my current standpoint is still one community, one marbles community. We're all playing the same game and we're playing it in different ways to participate on the same leaderboard. Will it forever stay this way? Probably not. I think we're heading in the direction where it's continuing to grow. We're continuing to add tiles to Tilted. We're continuing to grow racing. I think both ecosystems will stand on their own in the future. I don't know if the near future is the thing, but I think in the future they will be able to stand on their own. And I think that's a proud point to get to as a game and a community, because now we've diversified to unique perspectives on the game that it requires two unique modes to grow separately on their own. But I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're strong enough yet. Like we're still learning Tilted. As developers, we're still learning Tilted. Like bringing Guru on board has brought on so many new unique ideas. And like it's taught a lot to me.
Nice.
So as us developing, like I think that's why I say like I've said this a couple times, Tilted's like not ready to be its own thing. I think like a month or two ago, I think I said that it kind of is. Like it's getting there. It's getting to that point where I'm starting to think like, okay, it could be its own thing. Maybe we're getting there, but stepping back a moment and just going, is it? Okay, not really yet. Because once the points are gone, I think that exposed the flaw to me. Once the points pull back and racing's the thing to do, Tilted flattens out, right? And that's what I was talking to Bonesman about yesterday, is that Marbles has gone through this, and this is just an awakening. I don't think this was the intent, but Marbles, the racing mode, has gone through this change a couple times where it stagnates and then it purges the system out of people who don't really like the game. They're just there for like that grind aspect of it. Like it's just something to do, right? And then when you pull back on the system, I think people get a second to step back and go, am I really enjoying this? Because it slows down, right? Once you slow down to a pace like where there's not a lot of people, it's not busy, things get truthful. You start looking inwards and being like, huh, do I like this? And I think Tilted is going to go through this period soon. I think it is already. It's going to be who's really into it and what's going to grow around it at a pure state, which I think would be really positive if we're trying to lead Tilted into an esports way.
Yeah.
Which I know people are trying to take it that way. So if it can go esports route, let's paint a little picture here. Let's say Tilted does become an esport where it's played in an arena and there's like 10 boards that are being played against each other for whatever reason. Each board, let's say they cap their things at 100, or like let's say they cap at 25 users per board, and they allow the audience to join, and the competition is not only between the streamers, but it's also a competition between the audience, where the audience is fighting for a certain amount of points, and there's stuff that happens afterwards that brings the audience into the competition somehow. I don't know. This is a random idea that's been floating around my head for a while, but if that happens, the point system doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The seasonal structure around marbles doesn't matter to Tilted anymore. And I think that's a more powerful route for Tilted streamers, because now we're talking about skill, competition, and what Tilted actually could be. And I'm not saying it's there yet, and I'm not saying it's done being worked on or anything like that. It needs a lot of work to get to a place like that, but that's a future I do see existing for Tilted. And it could take a purge to reach that moment of clarity and be like, holy crap, this is what I can do with Tilted, instead of just chasing farming 1 to 60 or whatever you're doing, 1 to 40, 1 to 30, 1 to 10 every 10 minutes, right? Why not push to be like one of the best tilters in the world, right? And be a part of this competition. That would be something I think would be a positive moment for Tilted. Where
I mean, I see that as the competition of Tilted, as opposed to like, right, trying to get as much experience or whatever, like trying to save as many balls. I mean, that's an aspect to it, but in terms of just like pure skill, getting as far as you can, I mean,
yeah. And then
not that saving a lot of balls isn't a skill, because that's definitely a skill, but Tilted, in my mind, it's get as far as you can. Like, that's the game. Get as far as you can.
So yeah, I think that's like, it can be interesting, man.
Don't just be a marble, be a friend. Yeah, and like, I feel like, you know, some people probably hate me for some of the things I say about this stuff, but like, I totally understand playing the game and grinding your face off. Like, I fucking love it myself. Like, I love it. I absolutely love it. But when I'm doing that, I feel like shit in other people's streams. I'm like, I can't hear what's going on because I'm listening to this, and I gotta drop over here, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do, like, I feel like a shit viewer. I just do, but I'm playing the game. And that's just my mentality. Like, it's not like I hate you guys for wanting to do that. I understand playing the game. I get it. It just doesn't feel like the same kind of support, because you're just wanting to play the game. It's great that I can provide a space for that and you can play along. It just feels different, you know? And as a viewer, I feel the same thing. I can feel myself when I'm in 4 streams compared to 20. It just, you know, that feeling. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, man. No,
we got to go, but we try to pump through these last.
I want to have one last thing as well.
Okay.
But go ahead.
There's just 3 more in. Can you remember what the one last thing is? Or should we
think so.
Okay. With all the other things available to get around the energy cap, is there much point keeping it? Just curious, as this is worse for the streamer as your view doesn't count.
I think we covered every topic about that, honestly, right now at this point.
But yeah, I mean, it's just tough in the marbles world if you're in a bunch of streams to count as a viewer. That's just, it's going to happen.
We would need to tone the game down to like 2 energy, 1 and 2 streams, and that's it.
Yeah. And I'm lucky as a streamer to have built for a while. You know, I have people that come around and don't hang out in a bunch of different streams, and then there's some marblers that come and just, you know, hang out in mine and maybe 1 or 2 others. So I'm lucky to get the viewership as well for that stuff. But yeah, I mean, some people just, if you're in so many streams, I don't know. Why can't you opt out for global leaderboard and only get points for GPs? I'm assuming for local leaderboards. Why can't you opt out of global leaderboard points? I think that goes.
You can.
As a viewer,
as a streamer, as a streamer.
Yeah, I think they mean as a viewer, because we were talking about like you know, halting your gem run and not, you know, you want to not get more points or whatever if you're at a point.
Oh yeah, I mean, get a streamer to run Connection Manager and play there. Like, it's no points, no XP. It's a pure experience. It's just connected directly to the chat. Like, if you actually believe this shit, I want to see somebody running that. If somebody truly believes this,
Well, yeah, if there's
world of no energy and
maybe
stuff.
maybe a place needs to be created for people. It's like I'm finished
Well,
my
the Unknown Marbler
I'm
had automatic races going
right.
with 30
There's the
people hanging
place.
out.
So that's the I'm finished my gem run zone. Like, oh, I'm done my gem run. I only race here now.
Why don't we make a channel called I'm Finished My Gem Run,
There
and
you
you only
go.
race there? It's just a connection manager,
All right.
and then you just
No, but
hang out
I
and race.
understand that whole point of like you want to race with the people you enjoy racing with
I
still,
understand,
but
yeah. I
you
understand.
don't want to get the points.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. So to avoid losing viewers and increase the impact of a raid, could the energy for a player be moved with their marble to the new stream eliminate? Oh, we've talked about this in the
I
past.
talked about this yesterday of a solution to this, and I think it's really good, and I've actually wrote it down into our production system.
Pog?
Is the feature royale. We talked about it yesterday on stream, and I don't know who, it wasn't me. I think it might have been Agent who brought it up, and I kind of expanded on the idea.
Mm-hmm.
But it's essentially you have this list that gets populated as you're racing, right, with names that who are in your races, right? So these names go into a list one time per person, right? They get fed into this list. Once the list reaches X amount of people, which could be 10, let's say, so that it's not grinded, but once it hits 10 people, a feature royale pops up, and you can only run it when there's names in that list, right? It won't pop up otherwise. When you run this, what it does at the base level, it clears all people who are on that list. It clears their tier in that channel and returns them the energy, the progression of that tier. So if you're 2 of 4 in that channel, you run a feature royale. There's no energy cost of that race running. You get your shit cleared, and you get the energy return that you spent in that channel if there was any. So if you're 2 of 4, you would get 2 energy back, and you'd be 0 of 4 in that channel. The streamer could continue doing races if they wanted to and go again, or they could just end the stream or whatever. And I think that little bit of framework could actually be so nice, because now when you end a stream,
It's like you're passing people off, kind of.
You just go to the feature royale, and then you finish it, and then everybody in the channel, whoever participated throughout the whole day, well, throughout that time frame of not running a feature royale, get cleared. Get cleaned, fully cleaned.
Where is this feature royale?
It would just exist in the royale section if you have like 10 unique racers or something who have participated. I know 10 is probably not a good number. Like it could probably be 2. I just don't want people to be farming it. We have to think about something like that. But yeah, anyways, and we could even get to the point where a feature royale gives somebody in that list something nice, like a prize of some sort. So now there's incentive to run it and clean people up at the end of the day. So I think that could be cool. I know somebody had an idea of like this idea being able to run every 12 hours or something, because then you fully like have a purpose for it. But I think it'd be fun to run it even once an hour. Like if the streamer wants to like run some marbles at the end of the hour, they run that royale, they close marbles, they go play another game for an hour, come back to marbles, and they know there's no stress of energy, because they know they can click a button that does a royale and cleans everybody up. So yeah, I thought I wrote it down. I think it's a solution.
I was just gonna say that, Ferrari. Do you remember that one last thing, or was that the one last thing?
Yes, the one last thing. It's more of a statement. It's like we're doing the NFT stuff. I know people are against it. I know you're out there, and I know some of these people are people who've shit talked me all throughout the development of marbles. Everything I've done, these people have said would fail. Here we are, 5 years in. Let me keep plugging away and doing my thing, baby. That's it. If you hate it, don't engage with it. But don't go spreading hate around the community and doing that kind of shit. Like, F off, man. Like, seriously? Get a life.
People have nothing better to do, man.
People just want to shit on what we're doing.
Well, it's
It's
going back to the negativity thing. Like why do people focus so much on just leave it alone?
Crazy, bro.
Go focus on what makes you happy and you're positive. If this shit doesn't make you happy, then fucking.
It's insane, man. And it's just
again, it's like feeling you want to feel a part of a community. So it's like I gotta hate on this shit because there's gonna be other people hating on it, and then we're gonna group up together and.
Could you try again?
She's listening. But it's just it's crazy to me, man. It's like 5 years of doing this.
Yeah.
You know, have I ever really done anything to truly hurt people? Like, am I sitting going, how are we gonna just wreck people today?
Dude,
You know, this
it's
is my
them.
intent.
Did you see my tweet today? It's them. It's not you. It's them.
So it's just like, yeah, just like I understand there's people that are against it. There's videos out there that you can watch all day and hate on NFTs and blockchain and whatever. And now that it's down, you guys are like bonering. You guys are like, oh yeah, crypto's down. I'm so right. But zoom out, baby. It's been down a bunch of times every 4 years or so.
It's just on
It
sale.
happens.
It's just on sale.
You're muted again.
No, I'm just talking really quietly. Just say it's just on sale.
But yeah, guys, like I appreciate those who are engaging with it. I even appreciate those who don't like it and are just not engaging with it. That's cool. Like I don't even add everybody to do it for a reason. I just want the people who want it to engage with it. That's it. And then yeah, we'll see what happens.
I mean, again, this is my statement on it always. Like, I don't think it's ever gonna disappear. You're gonna have these moments of where it goes down and up. Like it's happened our entire lives, right? Like if you're my age or older or whatever, like we've seen shit hit the fan like 3 times in our lifetime, and it always bounces back. I was telling Pixel yesterday, maybe this is the time it doesn't bounce back. I don't know, but it probably will. And then life just keeps on going. It'll happen again fucking 10, 15 years from now.
Yeah, man. I just want to engage with all different types of audiences. And I know there's a different audience on crypto, and there's different types of people. And I want to try and reach new people and bring new people into what we're doing.
Yeah, man.
Like we're doing venues. That's a whole other thing.
Crazy.
Like,
that's crazy, dude.
Could you imagine like it just becoming a bar scene thing? And then you get people going like they'll do marbles at the bar, which is just in the bar, but then they go home for the night and they know marbles is now on Twitch.
Yeah.
And then they hop into a stream, and now you have a new friend who didn't even play marbles ever before, maybe never even was on Twitch
and
before
they're
this
drunk,
moment.
And they're like, I came from the bar, I was playing marbles, and now I'm here playing marbles with you. Woo!
But yeah, just like we just want to grow this thing, man. That's the goal.
But
and
yeah, could be. I agree, Sin. Could be. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. This is the time where we're going down and just keeps going down. Just keeps going.
It's true.
Till it's over.
You never know.
Nobody can predict it.
That's like the fear of everything, right? It's like the fear of participating in something that's so volatile. It's like, oh my God, where's this going?
Yep.
But yeah, I believe in ownership, digital ownership, right? And I believe that we can create something really fun and that can live through, like we've done this for 5 years now. I would love for all that system to be on chain. So it's in your wallets. And then you guys, if we create another game, I can integrate it and build it in and just keep adding this stuff. And like the people who've supported us over the years, it just reflects. It just reflects off all that stuff. Like that's what I really like. And then one day it's just a what do you call it? A memento in your wallet. Like let's say for whatever reason we go out of business, we suck, crash down, it's all over, right? I disappear.
We suck.
Yeah, whatever. If that happens, then you have a memento in your wallet that it's a moment in time that you participated, right? Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it's nothing. Like let's say we went and burned right now. There's nothing to reflect what you've done and participated other than the streams and the what do you call it? The clips that have occurred in your stream, which clips might end up being NFTs at some point, guys. I don't know if you know this, but Twitch has talked about NFTs.
I got some sweet ones.
Dude, if clips /
when I got that kitty cat ball
stuff
dude,
on YouTube,
that's a sweet one.
I bet you YouTube and Twitch launch their NFT programs to be based off some sort of clip moments very soon. I bet you anything. They're gonna launch it, and then your stuff off your streams are gonna be NFTs. Because it's happening on it's already happening on other websites. People are already ripping clips into NFTs, right? So that's why YouTube reacted. That's why like YouTube, right when she was talking to Ludwig, she was like explaining it. Mm-hmm. It's better to be on our ecosystem than some random ecosystem. That was her exact like point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, marbles bars, guys. Marbles bars.
That'd be sick. I mean, even marble stadiums or whatever, right?
Rip people without VODs or clips. Yeah. Yeah, what the heck? Start playing more freaking non-copyright music.
Dude, Tony, do you understand how much could be out there of you if you didn't turn that shit off, dude? When that huge
It sucks
fear
listening
happened
to
a couple years
non-copyright
ago.
all the time, though. Especially when you're on 16 hours a day.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. I understand that. But there is going to become a point as
you
well.
gotta have moments at least that I feel like for me anyway. Like I play some copyrighted stuff for sure, but then I have a bunch of space where it's like, okay, this is a non-copyright, so if anything happens, I know I can clip it or whatever.
But yeah, it's like there's going to come a point where they click the button and no more copyright stuff, period. Whether it's a VODs on or off, it won't matter. Like, if you understand at a business level what you're building is completely illegal, regardless of whether you're getting caught or not, it's illegal. You're stealing people's content, right? So at some point in time, the switch will get switched, right? And then it's all over, and then you've built everything from the foundation on the copyright shit, and then you don't know what to do. Then what?
Yep.
Right?
So I did for
Then
the
you flip the
Spoooble. I had a
switch.
bunch of copyrighted stuff on there. I just switch out the music to
Yeah,
make it my
I
own.
think clips are so important. I think people underestimate the content outflowing from your channel, the clips, the interactions that people get. Somebody puts it on Reddit, then they engage with that. It gets 5 people to pop into your stream next time because it tells you when you're live. So why wouldn't you want clips floating around the universe, floating around social content, social platforms?
Yeah.
Because mostly, here's another thing. If you don't engage on social platforms, if you're a streamer that doesn't think that social platforms are valuable, your community can do the work for you by sharing your content through clips, right?
Yeah.
Sharing these moments. But if you turn those off, that is not happening. You are literally...
Yeah, I see fan created accounts all over the place, you know, that just like share other content creators' stuff.
Yeah. And like, if you
Even the
think
XQC
that's
waiting
literally
room,
doing
remember
nothing.
that thing?
Yeah, the waiting room in the Marvel category, that was hilarious.
Yeah. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for the love, Tierra and Megashine. Well, Megashine gifted direct, Tierra resub. Thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out and listening to our dingleness. Hope you enjoyed the convos. Pixel? Thank you.
Oh, thank you, bro. That was a great conversation, great chat. Everybody in chat, thanks for coming out. Thanks for supporting in the ways that you do, even if it's just a ball.
Even if it's just a ball, you know? Even if you're just playing the game. Even if you're just playing the game, we love you.
Hell yeah.
I like playing the game. I'll get #1 on the viewer side one of these days when I'll lock myself in a cave and just have all my rations on the side. Just won't leave. I have my poop bucket over here. And then, boom, easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
It's only 3 weeks, right?
That's it.
Oh, Chide said something about end of season. End of season is Wednesday, indeed. I'm going to be doing a celebration, probably time trials, because I've been loving doing some time trials. And with a lot of people, I think it could be exciting. But I haven't talked to Pixel about prizing, so I don't know. That'll be a surprise if there's any. Maybe we'll just celebrate, hang out.
Oh, they'll be prizing.
Oh, Pixel wants prizing.
It's my hat face.
The prize is going to be me doing that face. Let's get out of here. Bye.